Okay, it is January 25th. It should not be this warm outside. I am comfortable in a short sleeve t-shirt. That's not okay. But since, as I've mentioned numerous, way too many times in the past week or so, I'm gonna go see John and Hank Green on Friday. I bet you didn't know that. I bet you didn't know that's what I'm doing this Friday because I haven't mentioned it in like the past 600 videos we've made. But anyway, I thought since that's happening, I would give you guys a little bit of an idea of like why I'm freaking out so bad on that. Okay, so like a lot of people, I mean, not as many as I thought there were, but certainly like plenty of teenagers, I was not a huge fan of high school. So the way I got introduced to John and Hank Green was, what happened was I read An Abundance of Catherine's. I was just kind of ambivalent about it, but then I was just at Barnes & Noble. I think it was like 15 or 16. So not that long ago. And I picked up Paper Towns, and I'm like, oh yeah, I gave this guy a try one time. That's okay. He was fine. But this one sounds a lot more interesting. So I picked it up, and I sat down in a little Starbucks on the side of the Barnes & Noble, and I just sat there for like 2 hours, and I finished it. As does happen when I like a book. So I went home, and like I always do when I get into something, I looked it up to make sure I knew every single thing that I could possibly know about it, and about the author, and all of that stuff. And I found his video that he made back in 2008 on his Wikipedia page, the one about him not being a pornographer, and that's pretty much where that started. I have John Green really to thank for just making me confident in who I am and like being able to not really like be myself, because that was always something that I just like had to do because I don't know how to like pretend to be other people in the way that high school kind of requires you to. And John Green made it so that that was okay, that the fact that I couldn't adapt to other people's expectations of me was okay, because I am okay as myself. And of course, even though John was my first blog brother, it's not like Hank hasn't done anything for me either. He's made some great videos about bullying that just have helped so much. He made a great video about bullying a couple months back that was just like, yes, I wish I had had this 3 years ago. I love that they're so genuine, and I love they don't condescend to teenagers. Like if someone is shy, they don't tell them not to be shy, and that weird adult mistake that people make. They understand that it's less about it being a problem than about knowing that you're not alone, which is just so great. And I just think that it's great that they're out there for people, for teenagers like me. And really, it's almost amazing the speed at which this camera slows down. I can't even believe how fast it is that it just completely deteriorates in film quality. So anyway, I'm gonna see them soon. Next time I talk to you guys, I will already have seen them, so maybe I'll show off my signed book or something. Bye! Gaul and the Travails of Western Europe. In October 1962, most of the world could only watch and wait. West European governments drew varying lessons from their relative impotence in a crisis that could, nevertheless, have left them at the front line of a resulting war. In public and private, British Premier Harold Macmillan talked up his limited role as Kennedy's sounding board to prove their special relationship.